Good morning, my little rays of sunshine. How are you all doing out there this morning? I'm Michelle the Introvert, and as you can see, it is coffee time for me. I'm still trying to wake up a tiny little bit, and I've got a little bit of coffee in there just to help me start my day. It is fall here, my friends, in Nova Scotia. The coolness has been coming in, especially in the mornings, but as the day progresses, it has still been getting a little bit warm, a little toasty sometimes, but in the mornings you can definitely tell that fall is being ushered in. Yes, it's a little chillier here in the mornings now. So my friends, today is going to be a kitchen day for me. Instead of me going out there, it's a very wet and rainy day out there, a little cool out there right now. So I'm going to have a kitchen day, and it's going to be kitchen duty. So I have a few projects that I have lined up, and you're all welcome to join me, my friends. And we'll have a little bit of garden talk. I have a few things here that I can show you. I have been so excited about my garden this year that I decided to pick up some packages of seeds for next spring. And as you can see, I have a little bit of a collection here, which I'm very excited about. I like to think ahead, so I picked these up for my garden for next spring. And these here were gifts from a special viewer. These carrots and this rhubarb and also these flowers over here. Yes, so I'm very, very excited. I have a little bit of a collection of seeds, and knowing me, I'll probably gather more as time goes by. But I was just having so much fun with my garden this year that I just couldn't wait to pick up some more seeds for next year. I've learned quite a bit from this year's garden. It was my first time having to put netting over around the perimeter of the garden to keep the deer and the cats out, but also the netting over the top to keep the deer out as a deterrent. It was my first time ever having to do that, but I can happily say that I was very successful. I was very, very successful in keeping the deer out. I have had no trouble with deer, and so far I've had no trouble with raccoons. There's been some raccoons seen roaming around the neighborhood a little bit, especially at night. I haven't seen any personally, to be honest with you, but my neighbors said that they have seen some. But thankfully, they did not pay my garden a visit, so that's definitely a bonus. And as far as the cats, there's a lot of neighborhood cats that roam throughout the day here, but none of them have entered my garden, so the netting definitely worked. And thanks to Dollarama, I was able to get what I needed, and it didn't cost me a whole heck of a lot. Yes, so I'm excited about the garden. And another thing I did learn about having a garden this year, although there was some bees in my garden, I can very happily say there were some bumblebees in my garden. There wasn't quite enough, and I'll show you the evidence of that. See my cucumber? It's a little deformed, yes, and that's a sign I had learned. That's a sign that it has to do with the pollination. There should have been a little tiny bit more pollination in my garden for my cucumbers. Yeah. So I did learn that. It's all a learning experience, isn't it? Life is definitely a learning experience. So to solve this problem, being a problem solver, what I decided to do is pick up some marigolds for next spring to bring in the bumblebees. And I have some more marigolds here. I've read a lot of good things about these marigold flowers, that they definitely bring in the bumblebees. And thank you very much again, my special viewer, for these flowers, because this is going to be going inside of my garden. And I'm also going to be buying some more flower seeds, probably next spring, to put around the perimeter, outside the perimeter of my garden, just to help invite the bumblebees to come in to my vicinity of my garden. So I have a few projects on hand for the future, for next spring. I'm really excited about it, can you tell? And I'm just excited about a lot of things that are going to be coming up here in the fall. It's going to be an interesting year, I think. The rest of this year and 2023, I think, is going to be an interesting year as well. Now on to my projects that I need to do here in the kitchen. I'm going to put the seeds away and I'll show you what I have in my big bowls here, things that I have collected from my garden. In this first bowl, I have a lot of lettuce leaves, as you can see, and a few tomatoes from my garden. I have more tomatoes in my fridge, so I'm going to make a really nice salad. I have mushrooms, I have cheese that I can put in it, and a few cucumbers, of course. So that'll make a really nice salad for today. And at the bottom, let me just do a little bit of digging here so you can see. I have some yellow beans from my garden. There's a lot actually hidden down there underneath all the lettuce. I pulled a carrot or two just to see how they were progressing. They're not very big right now, but I'll let the rest stay in the garden a little while longer. I have an onion there. Let's see what else. I have some green beans right here. And here's one of my scarlet runner beans. Here's a better view of my beans. These two here are scarlet runner beans here. They have to be washed up, obviously, still, because just took them out of the garden. And this is one of my regular beans and another one of my regular beans, the green and the yellow. But you can definitely see the difference in size when you compare it to the scarlet runner beans. And this is why I love my scarlet runner beans. Look at the huge difference in size. And that's a lot of extra food growing in the garden when you think of the extra size. In my second bowl, I have quite a few onions. And I'm happy with how they turned out. Actually, this is one of my beets. My beets, I don't know, they don't seem to be doing that great this year. But maybe next year I'll have more success. Those are just a few. I still have more in the garden. But I have a lot of these different types of onions in here. I'm going to get them washed up, cut up, and put in the freezer bags, so I can use them for cooking. So that's what I'm going to do here this morning, is do this prep work. Get things cleaned up here. I'm going to get everything all washed up in this here. I'll get these cut up. And I have my handy dandy freezer bags here that I can put everything in. Yep. And I'm sure it's not going to take me too long to get all of this done. No. It shouldn't take me too long, so I'll show you my progress as I continue. I have been as busy as a bumblebee here in my kitchen, and I'll show you what I've done so far. I finished up my salad. And those little carrots that I had in my bowl, I washed them up and I actually put them in this tossed salad as well. So this salad will be really nice for tonight's supper and tomorrow night's supper as well. And I'll show you what else I did. I washed up and cut up all of those onions, and they're nice and snug in this freezer bag. There's a better view right there. So those will come in handy this fall and winter when I'm cooking. And I can just grab them out of the freezer bag and put them in the frying pan or in the slow cooker or anything that I want. Nice and easy. And here are my green beans, my yellow beans. I have them all packaged up in this freezer bag. I also have my scarlet runner beans in here as well. So these are ready to go as well to make supper easy on a busy day, on a busy night. And I also did some other things today. Did you guys want to take a look? Come with me. I'll show you right over here. Yes, I managed to make some blueberry jam. Oh my. Yes, it's been very busy. And this isn't hot. This is like the no cook blueberry jam. And this I can just put right in my freezer. But it turned out really nice, I think. and I was able to do a few jars. I didn't want to do a whole batch because that's quite a bit of jam. So I did, there's about 3 full jars and then a little bit in a 4th jar. But that's all we need till next spring. And what else did we do? Well, Joshua wanted to help me make a cake. This is the Betty Crocker white cake. There it is. There's the cake. So there's plenty of this cake to last for tonight, tomorrow night, the next night, and who knows, maybe a 4th night. We'll see. And the last and final project that I did is this here. I have some chicken in the slow cooker, and I put some of those onions from the garden in there, as you can tell. And it smells really, really good. So that'll be what we have for supper tonight and for tomorrow night too. Because one of those chickens goes a long way, I find. Well, my friends, that's my kitchen duty for today. I think I'm all done for today. And I want to thank you very, very much for joining me. And if you like this vlog, please give me the YouTube thumbs up or press that subscribe button. That would be great. And I have more vlogs coming up, so stay tuned and I'll talk to you all soon. Talk to you soon. Bye.